Hi guys, I'm just going to run you through how to insert a scatter graph into your chart. What I have here is the data from my dominant hand and my non-dominant hand. I've collected 3 from each, and then I've made a column which is the average. So the average of the dominant hand is the average of those 3, and the average of the non-dominant hand is the average of these 3. So once I've got my data, I'm going to highlight the whole lot of the data, including the titles. Okay, and then I go Insert Chart. And I don't want a line chart, I want a scatter. So it's got my scatter graph here. If you end up with 2 lots of dots, red and blue, then it's done something wrong. And you'll find here it will have series and it will have both of them as a series. What we need is x-axis average dominant, and then the series is the non-dominant. If that's not the case, you can try deleting it and then inserting it again, or you can try closing the program and then doing it again. If that doesn't work, you have to work through the customize. So what I want you to do is customize and then go series and then go down here and you'll see trend line. So put the trend line in and it says labeled none, but we actually would like to use the equation. So I'm just going to change the color of my trend line so it stands out a bit more. So here it is here. You can see I've chosen a linear trend line. Looking at the data, this is a weak relationship because it's quite spread, especially around here. These ones are clustered nicely. If I hover over my data, it will come up with the 20.8, 34.6. This one here stands out, 22.6 and only 6.5. That's a very fast average non-dominant hand, which is very unusual. It could be for several reasons. Maybe they got their dominant and their non-dominant hand mixed up, or maybe they had been practicing. I'm not sure. So what I want to do is just shift this off my graph by using my arrow keys. If I click on it, I don't want to be clicked in the box. This wants to change the title. So I click on it, shut this, and then I can use my arrow keys to just shift it across. So it's off my data. Now if I do this, I can look, this one here, I really don't believe that they were that slow with their dominant and that quick with their non-dominant. So I might call this one here an outlier. What I need to do is find that in my data. So 6.5 I'm looking for in this column. Here it is here. And then I'm just going to, not that one. If I delete that data, you'll see it's gone off my trend line. Now the trend line's looking quite a bit closer. And it's strengthened that relationship. There's a few others that look very suspect. If I go Control Z and put it back in, you see it appear, and then I'll just redo that, take it out again. Yeah, it's gone. So when I look at this data, then I can see it's a positive trend line. You can see that's a positive number. So that means that as the average dominant hand is increasing, so is the average non-dominant hand, which in reality means the slower they get with their dominant hand, the slower they get with their non-dominant hand as well, which is exactly what I would expect. You can write all that up in your conclusion.